Hey, Mike.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
15s probably. I still have problems with this one, even if you might.
What are you up to?
So, exercising to improve my situation
I see you doing this every day.
every day, twice a day.
Wasn't like this a couple of months ago, was it?
No. Actually, 3 months ago I was perfectly fit and healthy like you,
Right,
just like you.
right.
But I came back from Singapore, trip to Singapore, and actually the day after I got back, I went down to get my car from the basement, and I felt my calves were a bit stiff, like I'd been jogging a long distance, but I hadn't been jogging.
Right.
I was perfectly okay the day before. I was a bit worried about what it might be, and but I went to the office. The next morning, so that was the Thursday. The next morning, the Friday, it was not better. Actually, a little bit worse. I was a bit scared, so I went to the hospital, and they thought maybe I was just worn down with,
Workouts.
work commitment. No, not necessarily workouts, but work commitments,
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But they were a little bit worried in A&E, accident and emergency, and they suggested I see a neurologist. So I saw the neurologist, and within about a minute he said, Mike, I think you've got Guillain-Barré syndrome.
What's that?
Guillain-Barré syndrome, it's where your immune system attacks your nervous system. And your nervous system is the thing that makes your muscles work, right? It's the communication system that makes your muscles work.
Yeah, yeah.
And so basically, that was starting to fail badly because my immune system had gone a bit haywire and was attacking my nervous system. By Friday evening, I can't walk. By Saturday, I'm paralyzed laying in bed. I was in hospital for 9 days, treatment every day. It's scary, right?
Right.
When you lay in bed and you think about all the things you need to do in your life, like get in your car, return to your home, and you realize you can't do them. You know, I spent a long time thinking about the door to my house and the fact there's a step, and even in a wheelchair, how would I get up the step, this type of thing.
Wow, we've met in the gym a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I've seen your workouts. You have a beast of a workout.
Well, I usually try
Just
to
a
work
year
hard,
ago.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always come in here, I think, don't waste time.
Yeah.
Yeah? If you're going to come to the gym, you have to commit to that.
Yeah, yeah.
This morning I was 1 hour in the pool, to the point of, like I'm doing lengths at speed to the point where I'm exhausted. Then you know you did okay.
Right. tell me about the first couple of weeks, Mike. Because
It's horrible.
I mean, you look way better than you did 2 months ago,
Yeah.
and that must have taken a heck of a lot of work. But
Yeah.
tell me about the first couple of weeks.
It's just horrible. I mean, it's because you don't know if you can improve. You don't know if you can achieve recovery, right? And you're useless. I couldn't open a top of a mineral water. I couldn't tear the top off of a yogurt carton. Literally, I had no power. I was walking with a walking frame like this. Actually, a couple of times I fell over because my legs buckled. I didn't have the power in my arms or anything to hit the ground and hurt my elbow. And then you're really scared to break your arm or something, because if I break my arm, I'm more unlikely to recover, right? So, and thousands of things go around in your head about how will I survive. In the beginning, I had a lot of pain.
Yeah.
The first 3 weeks, it was excruciating. I mean, really, I won't even go into how painful it was. But, you know, the doctors tried to provide me with all sorts of medication. I went to see a pain management specialist, a particular medication that I only took it for about 3 days and already the pain went and it never came back.
Right.
Never came back. But in that time, I didn't sleep for 10 days. I mean, the nights are long. If you don't sleep for, night after night, it's miserable. And I didn't manage myself very well.
Right.
You know, I was very difficult to look after, you know, for my family. They soaked it all up and stood by me, you know. But I feel embarrassed by how badly I behaved, I suppose, in some ways. But so the nights in the beginning were terrible, but there are always moments. It's hard to describe even. Sometimes even, you know, I live on a higher floor, so when I come into the lift, the elevator, and I'm on my own and I'm going down with nothing to do, you know, definitely some dark thought will come in about why am I in my wheelchair or on my crutches, or and then you try to shake it off, you know.
Right.
No point to think like that.
And get on with it.
Just get on with it. Yeah, no point.
Yeah.
Nothing's for free.
Right.
You have to. If life is easy, you're not going anywhere. You know, my life is. I'm an active person, fighting, rock climbing.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't necessarily be in the gym. I'd probably go to the park and run around the park and do pull-ups on the goalpost.
Yeah.
This type of thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm stuck in a chair. I can't even get out of the chair myself, unless somebody, like my daughter, actually lifts me up in the beginning.
Right.
So very scary. But I remember from, even when I'm coming back in the car, I was holding things and trying to exercise my arms. Because I thought, okay, let's say I'm at 10%.
Right.
Well, maybe tomorrow I can be at 11%.
Right.
Yeah? But you won't get to 11% if you don't do anything.
I've seen you in, I wouldn't know if it's your prime, but you were, like I said, having beast workouts. And then the next round I saw you, I remember thinking to myself whether you were injured because you were in a wheelchair, but you were crawling around the gym.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, this guy must have gotten hurt real bad. but it wasn't. It was even worse than that. Your body had decided to attack itself.
Exactly. I mean, if I'd been hit by something heavy like a truck, you know, you've got broken bones, you kind of know from lots of other experience how you might recover from that. But with this kind of illness, Guillain-Barré syndrome, it's the outcome is not known.
Right.
So I think you're saying, you know, how did I feel sometimes? Well, I can tell you, I don't do it so much now, but I cried every day. You know, in here sometimes, when I was working out on the bike 15 minutes, choosing a level of effort that is just my maximum. So every time I turn the pedal, I don't know if I can keep doing it. And I check the clock, I've got 4 minutes to go. You know, and you think, you're crying for two reasons, right? One, it's painful to work that hard. And two, why do I have to be in this situation? This has really challenged me to sort of think about what it is to kind of be alive and what it is you're meant to be doing on this planet, you know, because I sit on the side of the pool when I'm doing my pool session with the sun shining, looking at all this greenery, and I think, it's not so bad, right? And the other thing is, you get used to being like an active person. But there's a lot more in life than just being able to jump up onto a table, for example.
Right. I'm thinking a lot of people would choose the easier way out and sit in a wheelchair and
maybe
you know, make do with that.
I don't know that people, if that's right, whether people choose to do that sort of thing. But that's like they say, there's no way out, I'm going to choose to just sit here. I don't know they do that. maybe they don't have the resources.
Right.
I don't mean like money or something. I mean like the personal resources from their history to know how to commit.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure if you show me somebody and we partnered with that person, we could get them back up and running, right? So, and maybe it doesn't really need much to get somebody to turn the corner and to do something really useful.
Right.
Let's say I get up one morning, I'm feeling really stiff and tired.
Yeah.
You have to make a judgment, right?
Right.
Am I really stiff and tired? Maybe if I go for a little bit of a walk or a little bit of a swim, I can loosen up and I can be ready for some exercise.
Right.
But maybe my body is telling me, you do need some rest.
Right.
So you have to have a straightforward talk with yourself. Find some enjoyment out of things that are basically mundane and tiresome.
like the fact that you said, you do what needs to be done, because we're surrounded by messages that tell us about doing what you want to do and doing what you feel like doing, doing what you enjoy doing.
That's all rubbish. What I think is, reality is that life is drudgery a lot of the time. You have to cope with that. Yeah.